Okay, TJ, so today you're going to teach us how to go into the system and update the map in ArcGIS for this on the city systems. So I'm going to turn it over to you. You can share your screen and take Catherine and Erica through kind of the tutorial.
Right.
Not tutorial, but verifying we can all get in.
Sure. Let me share my whole screen. All right. So I'm already in there. Let me log out. Did you all, were you able to successfully log in?
Yes, I'm actually in the system right now.
Okay. And so great. So you're where you want to be.
And Catherine was too. She sent you some comments and questions earlier.
Yeah,
Yes,
I did get those.
Sorry.
And it looks like you were using like maybe an older version of the map. I swapped it out. Actually, no, you're using it. I don't know why I didn't. That's right. I must have changed a bunch of things and forgotten to save it. But we can change things around.
Let's do the web AOC first, and then we can talk about
Yeah.
the map. Thank you.
So I'm just logging in, and I think what did I call yours? Emergency hubs.
What,
Hubcap.
yeah.
So and then it does. This incident could change. It doesn't really matter what it is.
Is this just like the current iteration of changes or something? What your
Pardon?
incident is? Is your incident just a categorization of like current changes or something?
No, the system, this interfaces with the live in a disaster web EOC. So they always track each disaster. And usually this system is used as part of a real activation. But to load the layers, we're having to sort of fake into it.
Oh, so we're just saying we just started it, and there's just a current incident that's just not a real tragedy.
Well, we silo everything into different incidents in WebUC, but some databases are called incident independent, so it doesn't matter what the incident is.
Okay.
Yeah, so yours is incident independent.
Okay.
And here, so you're only going to have the one board, and you would go into emergency community hubs, and I think I sent out an email earlier where I told you I had added the ID field that you guys wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I changed out the type just to be networked or not activated.
Mm-hmm.
So you would, to edit one of these, you would just click on the edit. And then you would change what you need. Oh, I can get rid of the type 1 through 3 if you so desire, because it doesn't seem like you use that.
Okay, this is good. So let's go through each one. So you have a hub name, and we should have that in our Google sheet. And then we have an address or a location, and then I'm gonna probably want to go onto the map to be sure it's in the right spot.
Okay. Just click on the map.
And there, if that's the right spot, then how do I get out of this pop? I can just save it.
Save it or cancel it. But is it really on Virginia?
Well, we can't answer that question. I mean, I'd have to, whatever the current map says.
So if it's in the wrong spot, you would just click on the new spot.
Okay, little blue dot. Got
Yep.
it. Cool.
There, I'm gonna put it back where it was.
Okay.
Okay, and then hit save.
Okay.
And that's how you change the map location.
All right. And then network and then
Yep.
Central Core is that the sector or?
Yes, those are the sectors.
Great.
And then you had this one, which I don't know what that was, but it was on the spreadsheet I got. So
It may be how Matt organized the backside, because they are currently grouped by sectors.
okay.
Cool.
Right.
So I had another ergonomic question while we're in here, and then we can go back. And I'd like to talk about ID for a minute, but if you could, how do I get out of this?
Oh,
Save
either
it.
if you save it or cancel it.
Okay. Okay, now when I'm in the big guy and I click on map, just click on one of the map icons.
You're just gonna see that.
Now, how do I get back to my other screen?
Cancel.
Is there, where was the cancel? I didn't see that.
It was in the lower right, left, lower right.
Ah, thank you,
Oh, you're right.
sir. Okay, so it is a pop-up. I did a back button and I had to go back and start over opening the panel. All right, cool. Cool.
Cancel right there.
Yay. All right, thank you. And then sometimes some of us don't look carefully everywhere. Sorry. So then I had brought up a question about ID and maybe something we could do that make it easier. And I'd be willing to do all the data entry. And that was, when you have the numbers, and then you need the numbers to end up in alphabetical order in the PDF we create for the back of the map within the sectors. Then if you change a number or lose a number, it starts to look funny because it's like not in order. Is
Right,
that-
that's an incorrect assumption, Catherine. They were all over the map. They were originally alphabetized, and so in each sector, you'd have this wide variety of the numbering pattern. And it was true that you would look and go, how many hubs are there? And you'd look for the largest number, and that would be a false indicator too, because hubs had disappeared, but their numbers hadn't been taken off. So
Yeah.
at the last update, all Matt did was he said, I'm going to get these grouped by the sectors, because it's easier to turn the map over and go, hey, I'm looking for number 12 in the northwest sector.
Get it.
Turn it over, and the northwest sector is in the northwest corner. So you sort of kind of go, and there's 12, right? And then,
Okay.
so that was how we found stuff. And he said, I'm just going to keep those groupings, but with this new map update in 2021, I'm just going to renumber them all and start up in the beginning and go sequentially all the way to the southwest bottom last one. And it's just an arbitrary number. It's just so that you can hold it in your memory to get from the front to the back.
Got it. However,
And so every year, if we renumber them, nobody cares.
I understand, but spending the time to renumber them seems to me to be a real waste of effort.
Well, no, his point was then all he had to do was blow in the numbers.
It wasn't.
Yeah, because all he did was he sorted it by sector, and so they appear in a defined number order, and you can alphabetize the hub or not, it doesn't matter, and then just blow the number in.
My issue is that those numbers start to become important if we're going to try to feed back the latitude, longitude, and do any syncing between our systems. And I understand what you're saying, and it could change.
Well, don't tie them to the ID number, tie them to the hub name. That never changes.
Text
They just go away or get added.
Text is pretty fraught with a lot of
okay, well, then you want to think this through, because you're making what is essentially a throwaway field into now an important field. So you need to think about the long-term ramifications. And that's your guys' job. I'm just warning you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something we should do offline and not part of the tutorial video.
Right.
But the little acronym is actually becomes important, and if we do it, we got to think about it. But putting a number out there and saying it's not important is also kind of fraught with a lot of issues, because you got to explain it every time. So I'll leave it aside, but I just want to ask, what's the data type and length of that ID field?
That's actually, we could change it to a number, but it's actually text.
How long is the maximum length?
Like 500.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thanks. That's all, that's the only piece of information I needed.
Yeah, and if you, yeah, so if you want to go, so I kind of get both your points, there, it's not really, it's just an index number, actually, it's not an ID field. And then if you wanted to, because I kind of get your point, Catherine, is you want to have some stable way of referring to these things. So you could, yeah, one solution might be to break it out, but I'll leave it up to you guys. But as long, if you want anything done, it's gonna have to be done in the next week.
Yeah, so it's alpha, so it doesn't, we can do our choice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And that's really all there is to it. And then there's just, and then there's the map that you can see. And but that's just how you update stuff, and then you can download it.
Can you step through creating one? I mean, just so I've got it on the tape here.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, creating one is the same. So you just hit this create button.
Okay,
And then you just fill in the fields, just like if you're editing it.
perfect.
And the ID field, it's not, so Catherine, it's not smarter. So it's, if you want these to be unique IDs, it's kind of on you to figure, if there's a dupe in there, it's not going to warn you or anything.
Got it.
It has an internal ID that it uses, so on the back end, but that, and I forgot, I'll get rid of this thing.
Yep. Where was the lat long, Catherine? You talked about lat long going in somewhere. Where were you going to do that?
Not for us to, yeah, actually not for us to type in necessarily, but when you do the mapping, is there a latitude longitude value being created somewhere
Yeah.
in the database? Can we at least see it and not edit it?
Yeah, I have a question similar. I tried, because isn't it that you can see that if you download as a spreadsheet? I tried clicking on the download as a spreadsheet button and nothing was happening.
Yeah. Well, it won't be in there because it only does the fields that are visible.
Did
But
you
if
get that, Erica? Are you seeing that? He had no problem.
Nope, I do not get anything when I click on the download as a spreadsheet button.
Neither do I.
Do you have Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel?
I'll take a CSV.
No, but if it's a CSV, I have other things. It should just do a file download.
I'm not getting anything. I'm getting a disable refresh. This view has new data.
Does it? Let me see. I think, does it? Yeah, it actually does download a CSV. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never tried anything other than Excel. So, and Excel works fine. So, are you trying to open it in Google Sheets or something else?
We're not getting anything. The
I'm just
button doesn't
clicking-
work.
Yeah, the button.
Close that table, and then go ahead and stop sharing. And Erica or Catherine, you share your screen, please.
Okay, I'll go ahead and share.
Yeah, you might have to. Okay, so go ahead. And,
Okay, I can't share while he's sharing. So
Yeah,
he has
TJ,
to
I
you
have
have
to stop. Oh, okay.
So I'm in here, and when I click on download, nothing happens.
Same with me.
And you're is that a Mac?
Doesn't matter.
No,
If this button works, it should open up a dialog that says, "Do you want to download this file?"
Can you? Yeah, I know, but I'm just I'm trying
I'm
to
on a
figure out.
Mac.
Yeah,
You're
it's a Mac.
on a Firefox and a Mac.
I'm on
So can you-
Firefox on a Mac.
Okay, so can you hit F12 for me?
Pop up.
I want you to open DevTools if you know how to do that.
I don't have an
F12 does not do that. F12 on a Mac is the volume.
Okay, do you not open up DevTools then? I'm trying to look at errors because there could be an error that is causing this that we don't know what it is.
It can also be
So
allow
we're
pop-ups.
trying to find something called the console.
I mean,
And
preferences?
can you, no, it's a, here, stop showing, I'll show you what mine looks like and yeah.
This is good. This is the sort of technical problem we really will have in the future.
Yeah, I would say, first of all, what I want to do, is to, yeah, try using a different browser because it could be a Firefox issue. But so if you're in, like if I'm in Edge and hit F12, come on, oh, yeah, I don't want to see that. Let's see. Let's see, come on, there we go. Open DevTools. So I can go in here and open DevTools and it will show me, it will give me a view of any errors. Probably what you're getting is an error when you're hitting this. But because I'm in Internet Explorer on a Windows machine and it's doing it just fine. So
It can't be a
it's
problem with their permissions, can it?
no. I don't think it's yeah, this actually I'm using my personal PC. It's just telling me I don't have I'm using unlicensed version of
Okay, I just disabled the ad blocker on this site, so let me try that. And there's also allow pop-ups on Firefox that can get kind of flaky. Nothing.
yeah, I suspect it's a browser thing or yeah, I suspect it's most likely a browser thing. So if you have a
What browsers do you certify as
We-
working?
IE and Chrome,
Okay.
that's the one we
So that'll be your guys' assignment to see if you can download the spreadsheet, and then you might reach out and ask Melissa. I'm gonna let you guys talk directly and see if she's got a Windows machine and if she has a problem or not. So that was a good little exercise. We have kind of the basic tutorial at the beginning, and now we have some advanced technical questions. So what else can we uncover here?
Well, the other thing I need to, I was playing around with the map, so I need to do a little bit of more map configuration, but we can kind of do that offline.
Okay, I was able to confirm that that the download a spreadsheet button does work if I'm using Chrome.
Okay, great.
So it's got to be that you don't support Firefox.
Yeah.
Good.
Could be a setting on Firefox, like Catherine was saying.
So that's the map.
My guess is it's so Chrome and Internet Explorer use the same technology under the hood. So, but as far as I know, we're not doing anything fancy with that export to CSV. So my guess is Catherine's hypothesis is probably correct. It's like some sort of ad blocker or something like that.
It works on Chrome.
Okay.
That's cool. Let's
Okay.
just make a note. I don't know what you gave us a nice PDF. I am taking notes of this kind of thing.
That's what we're going to need to put together for ourselves as new hub captains, the link to the tutorial with the kind of crazy discussion, but the step-by-step thing.
So you want to use Chrome or IE?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
I was gonna try and.
So TJ, have you printed out this? Have you printed this out yet? And does it look like our existing map? Oh, isn't that nice? That looks really pretty.
Yeah, it does. I put the labels right on top of the
Yeah.
on them, but then people were saying you can't see which are the activated and not activated and which are the networks.
Yeah.
The old map had that issue too. So
Right, but that was why on the backside there was denoted in the table, so that you didn't know whether it was active or not on the front. You just had to flip it over, and there was the caret, the
Yeah, okay, well, whatever you guys
Yeah.
land on. we
I'll
can-
let you guys figure that out, whether it's better to just have one standard that you don't have to screw with on the map side and keep track of the networked and non-networked on the back side, or how you want to do it.
So I'm trying to figure out how I show active only.
Oh, in the database?
Yeah,
Or in the,
in the
um,
Arc, in the
Arc-
ArcGIS, is there labels? Is there filtering or layering? in
yeah,
active?
you can filter, so you can, well, what would probably be, I'm showing you the web map. I need to remove this one. This one's kind of redundant.
So what you sent us, can you send us a new link? What you
Yeah.
emailed today. Okay.
And then what I can do is build, there's something called an app. And that might be a little easier to use because then you can do these push button apply filter. So there you go. There's only that's filtering on not activated.
Gotcha. But
How do we get to this space?
yeah, I don't know how to get here. That's not what you emailed me today.
Should be. I'll just put it in chat and you can go look at it. I think it might create like a it might create a friendly URL, a shortened URL, but that's it. I may have sent you, I may have built an app and sent you the app instead of the web map. The apps are like a little, you know, this is a little bit more like a la carte, and the apps are kind of packaged. So we could build an app real quick. Remove the, there we go.
So if I share the map that I get, it's
Well,
like
actually, what you're gonna want to do, don't share this. What we're gonna do is create a web
Wait.
app.
Don't what?
I wanted to wait until we were kind of had something that we were happy with to create.
Okay, so this is not demo. This is just kind of live working here.
Yes.
I just found that the hub labels were just not visible to me, especially when I zoomed in on the map.
Okay, so let's make sure that we get all the symbology right.
Oh, it's better. It's
Okay.
better than what I was looking at earlier today.
Yeah,
It's
I just
better
made
on
a few
phone.
changes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Pretty. Okay, I
All
get
right.
it. Thanks.
All right. So yeah, we can just go back and forth, and I can create sort of a more finished map. I'll work on that tomorrow. If you want to give me some comments on this latest iteration, I can fold them in, and then send you send you an app.
So can you walk us through the filtering again?
Probably what I would do is build a more user-friendly way to filter. If you want to open the map, though, that's the one that isn't displaying for some reason. Okay.
Content, that's the magic. Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have accounts, so I don't know, you'll just have to use this URL.
Okay, but, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
filter.
you would click on the filter
Where's,
button.
okay, where's the filter button? Slow down.
This is the filter button right here.
Okay, thank you. Ah,
And I'm gonna remove it.
little old eyes and little itty bitty icons.
Yeah, if you want me to bump up the font size, I can do that too.
Okay, okay, I can get, I can deal with
Okay.
this.
So,
Thank you.
so TJ, if they want to print it to go, how's it looking on the printed version? They can do it at home, right? We don't have to call you guys.
Yeah, yes, but well, yes and no. The print, ArcGIS Online is meant to be online, right? It's not gonna produce a map that's as good as the one that you're getting us to do. But
I thought that was the whole point of this, was to get us.
No, the point of this was to keep the data more up to date. But
Yeah.
if the data is up to date, we can have a map. We can have a sort of a program that builds the high cartographic quality map, and it'll be easier to keep up to date and print on the fly rather than having to do like one big thing every year. Like you could just call us and say, I want, can you just print me off 50 copies of the latest version of the map? And we wouldn't have to go through this whole like update. You can print off kind of ones like this. I think there's a way to make it portrait,
Well,
but
I think we'll deal with the printing when you get back, because I'm going to ask you to print 100 more of those maps so that it's got enough to get us through the summer. And if I have to take them and pay a printer to print them while you're gone. Who is your backup while you're gone, TJ?
Kate and Tay.
Okay.
So I find it useful that it's online. I expect the data to be as up to date as anywhere else. So I do want to invest in making sure the data is all in sync. from all
I
the
totally get
sources.
it, but this is 100% our main outreach tool. We have our hub brochure and we have the map.
So we need
We use
to,
those at every event.
so you're right. So how do we get,
Well, right now I'm just using the 2021 map. I mean, it's updated through, December. There hasn't been hardly any changes. So TJ just printed me 100. I'll get some more before he leaves, and that should get us through the next 6 or 7 events I know of.
great.
We'll negotiate, TJ.
When are you back, TJ? Because we might start having ideas about the map for the next year.
August 15th.
Oh, okay, we'll talk in the fall.
Yeah. So I'll create something called an application and share it with you. And so you'll see, sir, I can include some easier to use filters on that. So you'll see how it works when I send
So
it.
what I do is I do a lot of screen grabs in terms of having discussions with people and even printing on stuff. And the activated hubs are the most useful for the East District.
Okay.
The networked hubs are the most useful for the Eastern sector. And most of those P patches are not usable as hubs.
It's a whole different discussion.
It's a different
So-
discussion. It's just I know if I can get it online, see the networked ones, screen grab it and use it,
Yeah.
then I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay, well, I'll build in a filter that allow you to, view all of them, view the networked only, view the not activated only.
Yeah, but you just taught me how to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go to the web map, but we can make one that's just like a push button. So you don't have to go to a
Oh,
filter
it's-
and put in.
You got to get out of town. You just taught me how to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
All right.
you don't have to give us bells and whistles before you, because I'm sure you're trying to finish a lot of other tasks. So Okay, anything else we need to record? Otherwise, I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay.